Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to WWE NXT Takeover Chicago 2 review. Yeah, you guys might be saying, what the fuck's wrong with your hair, dude? Sunday, don't give a fuck kind of attitude, whatever. But anyway, enough about my hair and all this shit. Let's get into the thick of things. This pay-per-view, this event, whatever you want to call it. Real simple, guys. This event was fantastic. If you did not like NXT TakeOver Chicago, you need to get your head examined. There was nothing wrong with this event. This event was fantastic from beginning to end. Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly defended the tag team titles to kick off the show, going against Oney Larkin and Danny Burch. What an awesome match. Oney Larkin had a horrible fall from the top rope onto the side of the apron. Looked like he got hurt really bad. I don't even understand how the fuck he was able to continue with the rest of that match. But back and forth action, very well put together matchup. Enjoyed every second of this one. Nothing to complain about. It was slow in the beginning. That's about the only thing I can really say that was bad about the beginning of this match. Other than that, guys, this match was picture perfect. There was nothing you can say or convince me that this was a bad opener. A very good opener. The Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly, the Undisputed Era, retained their tag team titles victoriously. I give the match a 3.5 out of 5 stars. Decent opener, way to kick off the show. Velveteen Dream, Ricochet. There ain't nothing to be said about this match. This match was a 5 out of 5 stars. 5 out of 5. There was nothing bad about this match. I am telling you guys, this match was unbelievable. Back and forth. It felt like they were doing an outstanding dance with each other. They orchestrated everything to perfection. These two guys work extremely well together. I even pointed out in my preview prediction video, and if you haven't seen it, check it out. I did mention this. This was the showstopper of the night. This was the match of the night. And surprisingly enough, it was the second match on the card. So, bottom line, very happy with this one. Ricochet walked away victorious. Velveteen Dream almost hit a elbow drop from one side of the ring to the other, acting as Shane McMahon and doing something that Randy Savage used to do as his finishing maneuver. My God, man, Velveteen Dream is fucking unbelievable. Ricochet looks like $1 million. Everything he does. He ain't that great on the mic yet, but he doesn't have to be. All he has to do is be decent on microphone and perform well in the ring itself. And that is what he does. He's an outperforms. These two guys outperformed everybody on this show tonight. Every match was good. But performance-wise, I gotta give it to Ricochet and Velveteen Dream. I was impressed to no end. Everything they did was picture perfect. There was nothing in this match that stood out to me as bad. At all. I really honestly can't say that anybody did bad tonight. But out of the entire matchup of how much crowd reaction, like how loud the crowd got, they were loud from the beginning of the match to the end. And Ricochet did walk away victorious, winning the match. I didn't agree with Ricochet winning. I think Velveteen Dream deserved to win that matchup. But whether that is the case or not, it don't matter. Both of these guys performed well, and they walked away victorious no matter who won the match specifically. So, that's my deal on that. Shayna Baszler versus Nikki Cross. I was not surprised by the ending. I was very satisfied with the matchup itself. This was kind of maybe the weakest one out of the bunch, but it was still decent overall if you wanted to compare it to anything else. in any kind of wrestling program that you'll ever see on WWE's main card, this is still better than anything you're going to see on WWE's main card. Bottom line. There's nothing you can tell me that will change my mind on that. So, bottom line, Shayna Baszler, of course, retained her championship. They did the right thing. Nikki Cross did not tap out. She passed out. She did a Stone Cold Steve Austin act in a rear naked choke. And Shayna Baszler retained. But at the end of it, Shayna Baszler didn't look like the real victor, the one that was victorious. It was Nikki Cross, as weird as this sounds. Reason why I say that is because after she woke up from being knocked out unconscious from the rear naked choke, she actually was laughing as if nothing fazed her. She just happened to take a nap. And that's all there was to it. The in-ring work was very decent. I was very satisfied with that match. I give this match a 3.5 out of 5 stars as well. But nothing, was bad. It was decent. It was what needed to be done and needed it to, meet its, standards of what was built up with it. So I was very satisfied with that. The next match was Aleister Black versus Lars Sullivan. I'm very unsatisfied with the fact that this show had the world title match as second to last instead of just the main event. But nonetheless, these guys did a very, very good job. They were the least built program for their world title match. But at the end of the day, when they got in that ring, both of these guys, as big as they are and as bulky as Lars Sullivan is, these guys took it to each other big time, doing a lot of high-flying maneuvers. Normally you will not see from a large-sized guy like these two men. These two guys put it all on the line last night. Aleister Black was unbelievable. He took the beating of a lifetime. If anything, you'd think that he was taking a fucking initiation as to be claimed as the NXT World Champion, I guess. So, I don't know what you can say on that, but at the end of the day, Aleister Black performed well. So did Lars Sullivan. Nothing bad in this match was going on. This was entertaining majority of the time. The crowd was very much into it most of the time. This match, 4 out of 5 stars, guaranteed. This was a good match. There was some slow parts in the match, but at the end of the day, this match lived up to what it needed to be. Actually, it surpassed what it needed to be because it was the least built-up match out of the bunch, if you want to get technical. So, these guys really did a fantastic job. I don't have any major complaints. I'm very, very satisfied with what happened last night with the world title. I just wished it would have been the main event. But, nonetheless, this match pulled off what it needed to do. Aleister Black looked very close to losing the title, but at the end of the day, he still retained his championship. Next up, we had, actually the last match was the Chicago street fight between Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. These guys took it to each other. They really hurt each other bad. They pretty much did everything possible to wound and hurt and name one another beyond belief. Johnny Gargano had his head whacked right into the wooden part of the ring where Tommaso Ciampa removed the padding and everything else on the ring, and he hit Gargano's head right on the wooden part of the ring. Ciampa went through a table by 10 to 12 10 to 12 feet in the air by Johnny Gargano. I mean, these guys did everything to each other. I mean, like, how these guys managed to take the pain that they took is beyond me. I mean, they really took it to each other. We all know that these guys in real life like each other, but they made Kenny Omega and Chris Jericho look like they were having a field day with each other, while Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa looked like they were trying to put each other through hell. I mean, these guys literally kicked the shit out of each other. I don't know how the hell either one of them walked away, but at the end of the day, if you take a look, and if you didn't notice this, this is going to happen. Mark my motherfucking words. You are going to see the very last match between these guys end up being a stretcher match. Why do I say that? One, Johnny Gargano has been carried out on a stretcher twice. Tommaso Ciampa last night almost carried out on a stretcher. He was being pulled down the aisleway, down the ramp, and towards the ring, so Johnny Gargano couldn't have his way for the rest of the match to beat the living shit out of him. This is going to lead to a stretcher match at the next NXT TakeOver show. We are going to see this at Brooklyn, New York City during the SummerSlam weekend. Mark my freaking words. Immediately after that, Johnny Gargano is going to win that stretcher match, and he's going to go on to beat the NXT World Champion, whoever that may be. That might be Aleister Black. That's who I think it might be. But Tommaso Ciampa will be stretched out through to win for him to lose the match, and it's going to be they should make it a number one contenders match. They've been putting on the best show, and by the way, this match is a 4.5 out of 5 stars. This match was brutal. Was it worth the main event? Yeah, but there was no world title on the line. That's my only issue with it. If these guys were competing over the world championship and had this kind of rivalry, I would be totally fine with everything that they're doing. But because they don't have a world title on the line, it kind of hurts the world title in its prestiginess. Making it prestigious, you want to make the world title be the main event. That's what everybody's gunning for, is for the world championship. So at the end of the day, what does this pay-per-view rank for? I have to say one thing. It definitely ranks up there with New Japan Dominion. Definitely. I don't know if it's better than New Japan Dominion. I wouldn't say that. But I will say this. It definitely competes with New Japan Dominion. Because this event compared to last weekend, wow. What a fight, and, in comparison between the two, they are very close, neck and neck, to whichever one you could say was the better show of this month. Because I'm going to put it to you this way. There ain't no other wrestling show on the planet. Any of the Ring of Honor shows I could be watching, the Ring of Honor's had state-of-the-art night 1 and night 2 on Friday and last night too. And I could catch them both and try to maybe do a review somewhere down the line and give you guys my opinion before this month is up. I'll try doing that for you guys. But at the end of the day, there ain't no fucking way this month there's any show that's going to surpass New Japan Dominion and NXT TakeOver Chicago. They're the two best damn shows you'll ever catch for this month. Probably for this year even. I'll even put it that way. This was unreal. Really. I was very impressed by this show. 100%. My overall rating for this show was a 4.5 out of 5 stars. I mean, I know I said 3.5 for the world tag titles and the women's championship, but those were the only two that I ranked in a 3. The rest of them have been 4 and 5s out of the 5 matches. So 3 of them ranked in the top, in at least 4 or 5. So, bottom line, guys, this show, if you didn't like this show, you're dead. That's all I have to say on this. You are dead. There's something wrong with you. I don't care if you are a freaking full-on love WWE to no end, they could never do anything wrong. Bullshit. If you didn't like this show from beginning to end, you're crazy. You don't know wrestling, and you don't know diggly shit, or you just don't like wrestling. And that's fine if you don't like wrestling. If that's the case, then that's one thing. But if you like wrestling and you didn't like this show, there is something fucking wrong with you. Like, seriously, you got some serious screws loose. But that is what I have to say. If you want to get any criticism from me, there were some moments here and there where the show was kind of, dull. A little bit. But 95% of this show, 95 of it, was freaking unbelievable and worth every 2 hours and 37 minutes of your time. That's how long this event went. It almost went a full-on 3-hour pay-per-view type of event, and it was worth every second of it. And if you don't like this show, please get off my fucking channel. Because I'll tell you the truth, this show is unbelievable. There ain't nothing you can say to me. You couldn't sell me Money in the Bank with millions of dollars. You couldn't sell me that fucking pay-per-view is going to be better than NXT Takeover Chicago. NXT Takeover Chicago beats the living shit before Money in the Bank even starts. There's nothing to be said on this. This is done over with, kaput. NXT's a better show. WWE's got the big names, but they ain't got shit going for them. But anyway, guys, leave your comments and opinions down below. Get back to me when I'll get back to you when I see those comments and opinions. Hit the like button if you like the video, and on top of that, hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel. And guys, have a very wonderful day. Enjoy Father's Day with your parents, at least with your father. And hopefully you guys are having a very wonderful weekend on this wonderful holiday. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching, and have a great day. Bye.